Morning. Rackham Choir is so pleased to be here again at Henry Ford. Our second presentation today, of course, we're funded by the Michigan Humanities Council. The poet Maya Angelou said, "In today's climate in our country, which is sickened with the pollution of pollution, threatened with the prominence of AIDS, riddled with burgeoning racism, rife with growing hurdles of the homeless, we need art, and we need art in all forms. We need all methods of art to be present, everywhere present, and at the time present." So that is our theme today. The potential for the arts to promote health and well-being is now widely recognized in the medical profession. Each of us has the potential for creative expression within us, and these gifts can lead us out of the darkest places and give us a voice. I'm going to introduce today two gentlemen, Gerald Butler and Freddie Harris, who have been to those dark places and who have been led to recovery through the healing power of music and art. As you listen to their stories and hear the band play, think about your paths to creative expression. If you were having a tough time, how would you translate your inner world into sounds and images that you could communicate with the outside world? What I want you to think about today is, what is your gift? And now, Gerald Butler.
Mr. Butler, the first question I want to ask you is, what led to your being homeless?
Well, I was about 11 years old, and I started working at this Catholic church. I was an altar boy, and we went to a midnight mass, and the new challenge was to the new guys had to take a drink. Now, which I did. I went along with the progress, and it was for the first time that I realized that I slept all night because I was hearing these voices.
I realized that I was hearing these voices, and that alcohol was the very first time that I was only 11 years old, but I could deal with that mental illness because I guess I was born with it because I did it all my life. And so I finally found a way to deal with those voices, and by the age of 13, I was just a full-blown alcoholic, and I didn't care. And my life just, before I knew it, I used to think it was funny seeing people like that, but my bottom just kept going down and down and down, and things that I would say that I would never done before. I was involved in that, and then woke up it's like I woke up one morning, I'm in the abandoned home. And I didn't care, and I just stayed there.
You told me of an experience, the worst experience that you had when you were homeless, where you actually hoped that you would die.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that there's certain areas in the city where you go, and these guys are standing out on the corner. They own that side of the street because they're selling. You don't walk up to them unless you're going to buy. And I would just walk right through them and just challenge them because I was really hoping that one of them would just shoot me. That would have been standard. I didn't take my ID, but that was preferable to the life I was living because I just had absolutely no hope.
Now, you have a flute lying on your lap right now. How did music play a part in your recovery?
Okay, I didn't recover until I was 43 years old. I'd lost everything, even hope. And so I came into this world. It was like I woke up in this world, and people were always looking down on me. And I wanted to say, you know what? I'm a human being. I'm mad. Everything that I did was just wrong, wrong, wrong. And so I had to think of, what is it? What is it about me that I can show the world that I'm worthwhile? And I remember, I used to play a pretty good flute before I got really sick. And certain people, you're born a musician, you're born a poet, you're born to do that. It's that natural part of you, who you were created as. And so I said, well, here it is. I need to be who God created, a musician. And so I picked my flute up, and it became therapeutic, and it was just so valuable because now I know I have something that makes me special.
You mentioned the fact that as you deal with your treatment, sometimes you get upset about the way the way people are treating you, and you told me something about your music, how it helps to soothe you.
Yeah, I found it out a few years ago, actually, because yeah, I was getting angry, and before I had the alcohol, you know, I would use the alcohol. You know, I'm going to show them, you know, and I'm drinking and destroying my life. And that was showing them, right? No, they didn't care less. And so, just that whole idea, that thought, that feeling that, you know, I am somebody. This is basic me.
Would you, and tell me the gentleman's name playing with you?
This is Barry Brody. Barry has not, doesn't have like a mental illness or substance abuse or all that. He missed out on all the fun of life. But he's our guitar player, and he's kind of a mentor for everything that we do. And I like this song because this goes back to what I said earlier, which is that, you know, about finding myself, about finding who I was. And it has to be me. It was already down in it. It's harder to go inside and find out who I am, but that's very special. And there's something that nobody, this whole world about me, they can't touch. And that's my music. That's me. You got to value yourself. You know, you have these things that are very special about you, and especially in your music and your art. Pride, you know, have pride in it. It's you. Very special.
The Recovery Band. You're going to be hearing another number from them. Gerald says that he started his band to demonstrate that folks with disabilities are capable of doing things regardless of them, so that he is a musician, not his illness. And when you see him play, you appreciate his